Good Tuesday evening, everybody. David Paul here in the KHOU 11 Weather Center. Well, we've got now Hurricane Francine in the Gulf of Mexico. This one's going to miss us. We're going to have minor impacts, minor coastal impacts, a few scattered showers on the coast and inland. And luckily, this time around, that looks like it's going to be about it. Let me take you through all the details, and we'll take a look at when that's going to hit Louisiana. It looks like they're going to take a full hit from a Cat 1 Francine tomorrow. It's a beautiful evening in Galveston. I think it's beautiful. I love Galveston when it's rainy. I always have. I've been going down here since I could walk. Very angry surf. You don't want to get out in this unless you're really experienced. Surfers have been out in this today with a rare big swell from the storm, but that's the only people who want to get in there. Look at that big curl coming over that wave right there. What a beautiful wave. Rain showers off and on. East breeze, temps held down into the low 80s because of the cloud cover and the scattered showers around this evening. And as we look at the local impacts from Francine, you know, the storm is going to pass at its closest point to us tomorrow morning, 200 miles or more away from Galveston. But even 200 miles away, we're going to get some showers. We will see some elevated tides, a little bit of surge, 1 to 3 feet on the coast, and some erosion issues on the beaches. And then breezy with a gust of 20 to 30, really possible inland or on the coast, but that should be about the worst of it. So our power outage threat from this looks like it's very low, very minimal, and only on the coast. As far as the coastal flood warning, it's in effect until 4 o'clock Wednesday. 1 to 3 feet of sea level rise with the waves coming up on the beach, and then beach erosion on the Gulf-facing beaches will be especially at risk. And if you know Galveston, you live down there, you visit down there, up and down the beach, you know, you've got a lot of erosion issues that are going on right there right now. So that's really the worst of the coastal issues as far as how the water is impacting things. Here's the latest on Francine. 75-mile-an-hour minimal Cat 1 hurricane. There she is, now Cat 1. That's as of the 7 o'clock update. Moving northeast at 10. So, you know, yesterday it was sitting here, and now really most of the day it's been moving northeast. You know, that's that easterly component that's going to take it away from Houston and into the Louisiana coast as we head into tomorrow. Closer look at it, getting a little more tightly organized now as pressure drops and winds increase a little bit. That's a solid 200 miles plus from Brownsville right now over the open Gulf of Mexico. So it races northeast and accelerates as we move through the overnight. By 1 in the afternoon, it's sitting off the coast of Vermilion Bay, coast of Louisiana. And so at this point, it's going to be a good 200 miles off our coast. That'll be around 6, 7, 8 a.m. in the morning. That'll be as close as it gets. And then off to Louisiana. That track looks pretty well defined. They're going to have a very windy, rainy, stormy day on the coast of Louisiana. And really, it's going to be, you know, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Houma, all the coast here, Hammond. Those are the larger communities that will be impacted by Francine tomorrow. Here's future track. This is how the future radar sees it. There's Houston with a few scattered showers, but there's the storm well off the coast. All the real wind impacts out over the open water until we get into tomorrow afternoon. That's 3 in the afternoon tomorrow, with the center still just off the coast, but it will continue right on through up into New Orleans and across Lake Pontchartrain. You know, it's not a major. It's going to be a Cat 1 and weakening to a tropical storm as it moves inland, but wind and rain and a power outage threat and a flooding threat, of course, there always is with a landfalling storm in New Orleans just because of the low sea level and then, of course, the marshy conditions near the mouth of the Mississippi River. As far as Houston goes, it's just too far away for us to have direct impacts, but we will see a few scattered showers out of this. Here's a closer view of what we're expecting rainfall-wise. Tuesday, 10:30 in the evening, a few scattered showers. We go into Wednesday morning, a few scattered showers, really anywhere from Livingston to the coast. 8 a.m. Wednesday, and you see the scattered shower possibility off and on as we go through the day on Wednesday. I think we're mostly cloudy tomorrow, kind of like it was today, with some scattered showers and maybe an isolated thunder shower, but really more rain showers Wednesday than anything else. And as far as the winds go, not much of a threat. Inland, 15-mile-an-hour gusts. These are not sustained winds, these are wind gusts. So 15-mile-an-hour gusts in Houston and across southeast Texas, not a power outage threat. That's Tuesday night. Galveston, a gust to 27, say a gust to 30. but really that's about it. And a gust of 30, you get those all the time in Galveston, so really not much of a power outage threat on the coast. That's 6:30 in the morning Wednesday. 15-mile-an-hour gusts inland out of the northeast, 23 on the coast. I don't see any forecast winds above 30 in Galveston tomorrow, and then winds begin to settle down as the storm by the afternoon is heading off further to the east toward the coast of Louisiana. And as far as rain goes, not much. Less than a half an inch in most places. There may be some spots near the coast that through tomorrow afternoon and evening get an inch or two. Those should be isolated, so our flood threat is minimal as well. In fact, we're not even on the flood alert scale here in southeast Texas. The only real issues are the water being pushed up on the beaches and some beach erosion from those seas running 1 to 3 feet above normal. So Wednesday's numbers overall, breezy, mostly cloudy, a peak of sun here and there, 20% rain chance in the morning and a 30% chance for scattered showers as we head into the afternoon. That'll be Wednesday's forecast. And then, you know, it's back to summertime. Temperatures back into the mid-90s as we head into the coming weekend, and isolated shower returns on Sunday. So this is one that is going to miss giving us any direct impacts, mild indirect impacts from Francine. We'll have a live update and updated model numbers as we go into tonight on KHOU 11 News at 10. We'll see you then for our next live update.